Oh, good morning. So I just woke up, hashtag woke up like this, and I'm going to go do some laundry at the laundromat. And what's cool about this laundromat is that it both washes and dries in the same machine. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna tell you my goals for today. My goals: I want to learn 2 words of Chinese at least so that I can feel more comfortable when I'm around in Taiwan. And then I want to learn some more Ruby so that I can reach my goal of being able to make the cool applications I want to make. So I think that's very important to do that. And so, yeah, I want to do that, and hmm, yeah, so I'll let you know how all that goes. I'll bring you to the laundromat with me. Alright, so you might be asking yourself, why are you learning programming? Why are you doing all this other stuff? I think for my life, my goal is to be able to sleep in when I want, and I think that's the best for my happiness. And I think that long term, it'll be better for me if I don't go through the regular corporate structure. Honestly, I like the place I work at now, but I think I'll be more successful if I do things on my own or work at my own place, bring value when I want, and all that other stuff. So yeah, that's one big reason. And in addition to that, the way I plan to do that is through passive income. So that's basically where you have kind of income coming in. So technically, while obviously income coming in, but even if you're asleep, you're still making income. This income comes from other things that you're not technically actively kind of getting, but are actively working for, like an hourly wage or something like that. So if I have programs up, I can hopefully get income from that. It'd be awesome if I can get income from YouTube videos and other fun videos like this. One thing that inspired me to start making these videos, I was listening to an audiobook called Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk, and I wasn't exactly sure 100% what I wanted to make videos about. I've been dabbling in a few things, and then there's something in that book that said about just start vlogging and just start making stuff and see what the market wants. So I'm like, screw it, I'll try that. And that's one reason why I'm just kind of documenting what I'm doing. And so I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I'm going to the laundromat, and hopefully I'm going to get some breakfast soon. Sorry, one more add-on about the passive income thing. It's going to take a lot of work, and it's taken a lot of work to be able to, it will take a lot of work to actually get passive income. So I know last night I didn't exactly reach my goal of productivity, but there have been other nights where I've spent so much time trying to do that kind of stuff. And so yeah, keep on, and hopefully I won't have too many more nights where I'm a little bit lazier like that. Man, stuff is hard, so I need to make sure I get on that. Okay, so it costs about 900 yen. It costs 900 yen for 8 kilograms, which is about 17.6 pounds worth of, what's it called? Oh yeah, worth of clothes in English. And then I'm going to the breakfast place, which is called Welcome Next. And it's like, oh yeah, welcome everybody. And I think the people, I guess, either were heavily inspired by Portland, Oregon, or have lived there and such. So their food is interesting. It tastes pretty good, and I like it. And so I'll show you what that looks like once I get there. But at the laundromat, I couldn't. It said no cameras. Either it said no cameras inside the laundry, which is good advice, or no taking pictures. I'm pretty sure it said no taking pictures, so I didn't take any pictures in there. But yeah, so hopefully after this breakfast, I will be able to do more of the programming stuff and that Chinese. Hopefully make it so that I can reach my dream of getting all that passive income. But of course, working hard up front and working hard to maintain it. Part of the reason when I do this is just I like to work on my own projects, and I prefer to kind of go at my own speed with things. And so doing it like this means I can just work a lot of the day, and sometimes until I fall asleep, I'm working hard, and then hopefully get that income coming in, be able to live my life. And so hopefully that can get me a good amount of money, go find my parents over to hang out. That'd be awesome. So yeah, here's the cafe here. It says welcome. It's called Cafe Welcome. And it's kind of small, but it's good. And I'll show you some of the food inside. Alright, so I'm back and I decided that I'm going to work on the HTML and CSS stuff because I think I can get that done a little bit quicker than the Ruby on Rails stuff, and between the time it takes for my clothes to get done and everything and walking back over and stuff. So, the place called Welcome, I thought it was good, and I've been there before, but I think for me, I rate it about a 7.5 out of 10. Just for reference, like, I feel like Michelin plate places sometimes are like 8.5 or something, sometimes 8, 8.5. So this still means it's good. And if you're in Sendai, I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, it's definitely a recommendation for me. So good job, that place. Some positive points were that a good amount of the lettuce didn't taste like it was older. Sometimes when lettuce is older, it gets bitter. There were a couple there that tasted a little bitter, but it might have been another kind of vegetable in there. But most of the lettuce looking things they tasted fresh, so that's definitely a good point. Something I like out for because I like fresh lettuce that isn't bitter and hateful, or I hate it. I mean, I should say. And then there was actually maple syrup in the middle, and I feel that it's an interesting kind of thing, especially since for me, like I wouldn't think to put maple syrup with anything on there, but then I decided just to put maple syrup on everything, and so everything had maple syrup on it afterwards, except my apple spice cider, which I'll get to in a moment. Not cider, apple juice, spiced apple juice. And so I had maple syrup on my potatoes, maple syrup on my, oh yeah, you can see my hand movements, maple syrup on my potatoes, maple syrup on my toast, maple syrup on my, what was it? I put some on my salad, and on the bruschetto, whatever it's called, prosciutto, the other meat thing, bacon, got it on the bacon. And it was an interesting flavor combination, on the apple too, yeah. And I kind of combined some of the things, and that's one of the things I like about this place. I don't know if it's by design, but I just kind of mixed and matched things in the plate together, and I thought it was good. I thought it was good. And the spiced apple juice was really good too, so I super recommend that. So now, back to my goal for a little bit of time of trying to finish some coding things. This time I'll go on free code camp and try one of the CSS challenges. So I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Real quick, I forgot to mention, on the way walking back home, I saw one of my coworkers, and so he's enjoyable to talk to. So I feel a bit like there's like worlds conspiring against me not to work on my programming right now, but partly it's my own fault and making excuses anyways. I talked to him for a bit, and that was cool. And so, yeah, that was just an interesting thing that happened on my way home. But now I'm gonna get do the programming thing. I'll show you. So, Free Code Camp is a good resource to be able to learn some programming things. It goes over HTML and CSS and JavaScript and some other things that are very important. So, I'll quickly show you some of the HTML, CSS stuff. HTML5 is like the skeleton of the page. CSS is the stuff that makes it look better, basically. And this even goes over, more applied design. It even goes over accessibility, which is like if people have to use screen readers, like some programming things you can do with that, and then some other things. So down here is where I'm at right now. So I need to build a tribute page. And after I finish that last part, then I'll be able to get a certificate thing, which is cool. So I have to follow all of this, which I can maybe link to below. But yeah, definitely if you want to get into programming, so you can have your dream of getting passive income, bringing value to the world through some of those kinds of things, through some kind of app or through some kind of website, definitely recommend this as a resource. I want to briefly show you my little portfolio that only follows a little bit of this stuff. So yeah, this is something you can listen to some stories, basically. Like listening to words. It's a pretty straightforward thing. Something to convert this kanji to Ruby characters. So let me see if I can get this. So Ruby characters are basically where, I'll show you real quick. Down here, like where it's like tiny letters on top of this, so you can read watashi. You can be, oh, that's what this one is. And so I only have it to where it's working on one at a time right now. If I try to do like multiple like full sentences, then it gets weird. Currently, yeah, trying to work on that. And then, acapella drum pad, which I can show you this real quick. I put this for a hackathon, And so this is me beatboxing, but if I hit these keys on my keyboard, so yeah. And so yeah, I can do some of that. Anyways, I could, as you can see, it's not the best looking, so I haven't applied some of what I've learned yet to these. I can do that later. And then, little simple Rubies on Rails bash test, so I approved that I could do that. So, those are some things, hopefully that can, help me be able to kind of prove some things that I can do. I think that's important to kind of show what I'm capable of, and then for myself, I can be able to see, oh yeah, in the past I could do this, and now I can do this, and that leveled up. So if you make a portfolio and you think that it isn't that good, you can look at mine right now, and it's arguably, I mean, the simplicity, Leonardo da Vinci, I think it was. Da Vinci, maybe that guy. Anyway, it says something like, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, but I don't think it looks amazing. Maybe it looks good to some people. But for you, if you make your portfolio and you don't think it's that good, maybe you can look back at this, maybe I can look back at this and think, haha, I'm so much better now. So that's another reason I wanted to show this, you know, maybe to make yourself feel better if you ever go this route. So definitely recommend checking out all that programming stuff. And oh my gosh, I have like 7 minutes left to do my programming stuff, so I'll get as much of that done as I can. Alright, so I'm going to get the laundry now, and I was able to get to number 5 out of 9. If I'm correct, it looks like it's not that tough. I just need to make sure I put the time forward to do it. And so yeah, get my laundry, go back, hopefully I'll be able to get that challenge done. And then if you want, yeah, you can hopefully click the link I can put in the little description. You can check out that challenge, you can check out some of the other free code camp stuff, because yeah, you can, oh there you go. Yeah, so you can definitely check that out. And yeah, if you want passive income, I definitely recommend learning programming. That's something that you can use to be able to also help people if you want to help like a nonprofit. That's something else that Free Code Camp does, is if you get far enough and you go through application process, you can use your coding to be able to help nonprofits that are kind of hooked up with the Free Code Camp system. So that's an awesome thing. Even if you don't get hooked up through that kind of Free Code Camp nonprofit system, you can still, you know, reach out to other nonprofits. And then that can be good for your personal portfolio too as well. And then that could help you get other maybe like 9-to-5 jobs, 9-to-6 jobs I guess now, if you wanted to, or you could, like I said, get some of the passive income stuff if you have a good app idea and it ends up making money. Remember, if you make an app idea, this is something I have to remember too, is that you need to have something, which I've learned, that brings value to people's lives. And so trying to figure out what you can do that brings value, definitely an important thing to do. And so yeah, you can think about that if you want to go this route. It's something I'm still trying to figure out. And hopefully I find something cool that I can do, something fun, something I enjoy. Hopefully you can too. That's something else I want to do through this whole kind of project. Because, you know, if I help other people, you know, I feel good. I feel good, you know, helping other people. That's good. And then also I think another rational way I can think about it, if I'm ever feeling salty about something, and I'm like, nah, screw people. But no, I like helping people. But if I ever do feel salty, a logical kind of thing is, you know, if I help bring value to other people's lives, especially in terms of work efficiency, then that means I can experience more cool stuff. And so, you know, if I'm ever feeling salty, I like cool stuff. I can experience cool stuff, and then maybe that makes me happier. So definitely that's something that's I can look forward to. And if you help people as well, you can hopefully make it so that other people can make cool stuff. So yeah, there's just my thoughts on this stuff. Yeah, I'm going to continue going to the laundry place. Okay, so while I was waiting for the final minute of my clothes to get done, I was looking up Taiwanese, I put in Chinese, I guess Taiwanese Mandarin is what I want to be looking for. And I saw like one of the first things that popped up is this new thing that like just happened within the past day or two. I guess this is 2 days. But I read something, one of the first things I read was something like, Beijing bans solo travel to Taiwan, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a solo traveler. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I just got my tickets. I wanted to go. But I read it's just Chinese citizens, from what I understand. So Whew, I think I'm good to go. On the plus side for me, if Chinese citizens are actually banned from going to Taiwan while I'll be there, then I will be able to hopefully get like, what is it called? Not more things. More things will be like less crowded is what the words I'm looking for. So hopefully it'll be less crowded, and hopefully I'll be able to enjoy myself a little bit more maybe, but I still think I'd enjoy myself anyways if there are Chinese tourists. Literally just last night I messaged someone I know who lives in China right now. She's a Chinese citizen, and I was thinking, hey, are you by chance going to be in Taipei, because she likes traveling, and then so that I guess I won't be able to visit in that we won't be able to visit in that situation, so that's unfortunate. But it'll be interesting to see how things kind of unfold with this situation. From what I understand, I think there was some kind of ship that collided or something, and so hopefully this works out well. Hopefully Taiwan appreciates my tourism money, and yeah, I just thought I should update you on that. So next, I need to take a shower, get ready for work, and on the way to work, will hopefully find 2 words that I want to remember today. My first one is going to be the word English, so that I can just confusingly look at people and be like, English? Question mark. And then the other one might be the word food. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out later. But anyways, yeah, I'll keep you posted. By the way, before I do more things, I wanted to tell you some of my thought process of what I need to do for Taiwan. I think it might be too hot for my phone to operate that often. So indoors it should be okay, but if I'm out and about trying to rely on Google Maps or something else, it might be difficult for my phone, especially. I might need to save battery for translation in case I need it. So I need to buy a map, and I need to figure out life without electronics for navigating around, which shouldn't be that bad. I played RPGs. I know it's electronic, but it looks like I used things that weren't like GPS or something on there. I just had to follow a map, so that should be okay. I just thought I should update you in case you visit Taiwan during the summer. You might need to get an actual paper map to help you get around. So yeah, hopefully you can enjoy Taiwan as much as I hope I will, providing everything's peaceful and okay with the whole China situation. I think it should be. But yeah, I just want to let you know all that information. Okay, so now I'm on my way to the bakery. I finished the first of those, I think, 4 or 5 challenges, so that's good. So this bakery I like to go to, it's called Up Baker. They have this awesome sandwich around lunchtime. It's like a caprese one, mozzarella, tomato, basil, all that. It's good. Get a little bit of coffee, get some other sweet things, so that's good. So if you do the HTML programming, one tip for you, especially for the accessibility stuff, is to look at things like the main tags, the ID tags. Make sure you can do that well with HTML, CSS. So that's something I did, so hopefully that helps you if you ever try that kind of thing. So onward to the bakery. Alright, so yeah, here's Up Baker, and I like to go here for some breakfast or lunch, I guess, sometimes, depending on when I wake up. But yeah, it's good. So if you're in Sendai, definitely recommend this place. So I quickly want to show you what I got before I go to work. So this is the sandwich I was talking about, like the tomato caprese kind of sandwich. And then I have this thing, it's like sweet beans with like bread. It's sweet. It goes well with the blend coffee, so that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna walk to work, but yep, so I like to get here. Post edit, this is the part where I go to lunch from work, so you know what's going on. Otherwise, it goes straight from breakfast to ice cream, and it's a little bit confusing, so there's your information. I just had gelato at this place. Yep, so it's called gelato brio, I guess. Anyways, mascarpone flavor, milk flavor, and some almond something flavor. It was good. I liked it. So I'm on my lunch right now from work, but I think I'm gonna go to Matsuya to have the rest of my lunch. I just figured, I'll have some of that. And then also nearby, there's a new place that has cheese tea, and I've had cheese tea before at a festival recently. It's kind of, I guess, like the next evolution of milk tea, and it tastes alright. It's not something I would go out of my way to try personally. usually, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious to see what other flavors are like. So maybe something. Hello. So I have about 3 left on Free Code Camp. I ended up doing one more of the, I think it's, yeah, the responsive web design projects. So, yep, got one more of those done. 3 left, and if you do those kind of challenges, you should have a code. I think it's called a CodePen thing. I think CodePen.io. Let me check it out. Yeah, CodePen.io. So you can use that website to put some of your code up. If you ever want to make some code, you can use that website. So I recommend that. And thank you so much for watching all of this. I'm going to be editing the videos from yesterday and try to upload that onto here. And tomorrow, my goals for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to learn 2 more words today. Oh no, I think I remember. Wait, something like king, Q-I-N-G is please, and then I was like, wait, wasn't there like a King Dynasty or something like Q-I-N-G Dynasty? And then I looked it up, and there was. So is it like the Please Dynasty or something like that? I don't know. I gotta look it up. So that's one word. I already knew ni hao. So there was one more maybe. I think like dui was yes and boo was no or something like that? Question mark. So maybe that's something. Anyways, tomorrow my goal will be to know 4 words. I think that's manageable, and finish at least one more free code camp thing, but realistic stretch goal, complete all 3. I think that's realistic. They aren't that hard. I just need to get the work done. And then super stretch goals to make them look nicer, because mine kind of don't look that amazing. So there's all of that. I'm gonna edit. See you tomorrow. Okay, so I was trying to upload the video from yesterday from my phone, which is where I was editing all this stuff, and it was taking so long. And I figured, oh, I'll just set it to do it overnight. But my phone's been acting up a little bit recently. So what it's been doing is even if the thing is plugged in, it doesn't like recognize that it's charging for some reason. So I can't leave it up overnight. I need to make sure it basically has like almost a full charge in order to be able to like stay on long enough to be able to upload. So what I'm hoping is because I want to have fun on this Taiwan trip, I want to be able to show you all some cool stuff from the Taiwan trip. And so if you ever visit Taiwan, you can go try that stuff, or if you find cool food, you can maybe find recipes for it. Because I think it's cool to share that kind of stuff. Because if other people are able to see those kind of recipes, for example, then maybe I can find one of the recipes, I can find out how to make it. But if I don't share this kind of content, share the kind of cool stuff, then I won't be able to find out how to make that cool stuff. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to share that. But I need this phone to be working in order for that to happen. You know what I mean? So that's going to be something that hopefully it works itself out. And so I'm thinking, like, do I need to buy a new phone? But I don't think I need to buy a new phone, though. It's not to that point. But I have something called an Aquos XX3, XXX3 Mini, something like that. And I bought it maybe over 2 years ago. So I'm hoping it's not like a planned obsolescence situation. Maybe my cord is having an issue, or maybe it is this phone. So I'll have to figure that out. But if this phone does last a while, I'm thinking about, you know what, I can reward the manufacturers for not doing planned obsolescence if it does in fact last a while, and I can buy the newest Sharp Aquos phone or something like that. So that's something to consider. And the phone has lasted a pretty long time, I think. And I've dropped it and it hasn't broken. I remember I dropped like an older iPod, I think it was, or iTouch. It was an iTouch. I dropped it. It wasn't even that far dramatic of a drop, and the screen cracked. I don't think I have it within easy reach here, but yeah, I thought that was ridiculous, especially since I was used to this phone. and like I've dropped it before, and it's like, oh, I dropped it, and I got off on a tangent. I wanted to explain that this phone situation is a little bit intense, and I'll show you what happens with that. Hopefully, it works out. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed finally. And I gotta wake up in I think 5 or 6 hours. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I get to show you more cool content tomorrow. More things, maybe brighten your day. Show you some cool things around Japan. Show you some of the things of me getting ready for Taiwan. So, yep, see ya.